My name is Kerry Allen, and I'd like to tell you about a real bowl legend, Rudolph Ziesenhenne. Rudy, as he was known, shot all of the black and white images of the early bowl construction. If it weren't for Rudy, we might never have had any pictures of the incredibly unique effort that went into building what is now one of the world's great outdoor amphitheaters. I had the pleasure of interviewing Rudy in his begonia nursery 7 years ago. At the time, he was 94 years old and had only stopped working the year before. He died 2 years after the filming. Rudy was raised in the Midwest but settled in Santa Barbara with his wife's family, who owned all the property that is now the bowl. Rudy built a greenhouse on the property in 1934 and became internationally known for naming 20 different types of begonias. Along the way, he continued to take photographs, a passion he developed while working on his high school yearbook.
You know, all the yearbooks, they send them back east to competition. They pick out the 10 best ones. When they got our book, they wrote to my teacher and said that the art judges thought that my pictures were the best of all of them. There were 93 I took for the yearbook.
In 1935, Santa Barbara civic leaders began planning an amphitheater for fiesta pageants. Someone suggested they look around the Ziesenhenne property, and so it was that Rudy followed them up the hill the day they discovered the scruffy little canyon with wonderful natural acoustics.
And they went up and went through the fence, and I went with them. Two of the guys with the supervisor were young guys. The supervisor was heavy. And the road superintendent, he was heavy. They walked up the canyon, these other guys walked up the ridge. When they got up to the top of the ridge there, they were talking and we could hear it down below. And they said, here's where the stage goes. Because they were just talking ordinarily and you could hear it.
The Federal Works Progress Administration, which was trying to put men back to work during the Great Depression, gave the county $77,000 to pay for construction. More than 60 Santa Barbara men undertook the effort, most of them Italian stonemasons. All the while, Rudy kept taking pictures, all of them now absolutely priceless. The bowl became a place for pageants with a revolving stage and, of course, flamboyant fiesta shows.
They'd have horseback riders riding up on the hill. They had flares they'd light, so you could see them coming down. And they'd come down, and they'd get behind the stage and come onto the stage, and there they had the buggies with people, and they would come on with them, you see. It was very effective.
And one year, there was an unexpected treat for Santa Barbara audiences.
And we had ice skating on the stage.
You did?
They put a chemical on it, you know, and let it sit so long, and then you could ice skate on it.
Rudy lived on the property until he died, seeing all of the amazing changes that the bowl would go through over the years. It's yet another great bowl story to imagine that, by coincidence, providence, or just plain bowl magic, in 1936, a photography buff would live right on the property and remain there all his life to witness the way the bowl would become internationally known for its setting, beauty, and yes, wonderful natural acoustics.